Yay, you. Okay, let's do a couple of checks. It's still showing 0 viewers, so if there are people in here already, I'm not ignoring you. I'm simply waiting for the technology to tell me you're there. What's up, Mark? Joining from YouTube. Nice. Are we doing alright this morning? Mountain Standard Time, it is just about still morning. We've got 8.5 minutes left of it on a Saturday. 12 viewers, outstanding. Dude, what's the audio levels like? Yeah, the game UI sounds okay. And the music? Morning, Joe, thanks. Okay, outstanding. Oh, wait a couple of minutes. This is Joe's recommendation a couple of days ago when I threatened to take MD's streaming abilities offer for a day. I saw the trailer, Joe, and fell in love, so downloaded it this morning. I have not got further than this screen, so I'm going to play it cold and see how badly I can't embarrass myself. I'm trying to remember the last first-person shooter that I played. Doom Eternal, maybe? And that was a few weeks ago, so my arthritic fingers have hardened a little bit. Let's see how quickly we can loosen them up this morning. Yeah, it's just going to wait for a couple more people. It's hilarious. It was 12 viewers, they saw a bald man instead of MD's gorgeous face, and now it's 5. So for those of you who are expected to see MD, I apologise for taking over the stream, so it's my potato-looking head that you've got to look at. Well, you don't have to look at, you could look at the game when I start it. Ratoshigan. I'm hoping that that is pronounced semi-okay. I have not played the DLC for Doom. I generally don't get DLCs for games until I've finished the main event, and I haven't had the time to get through it. Which is an embarrassment, because MD bought me Doom Eternal for my birthday in March. It shows you my progress. Although granted, it's been quite a unique year. My work PC's been plugged in more than this. This is my PC that we're playing this on today. So I've risked cranking every setting. Hopefully my setup can handle it. It should. It's not too shabby. "17 viewers, you flatter me all." Welcome. For those that don't know, I'm a game dev, and I've been in the industry about 17 years, a little bit over. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be nitpicking a little bit. I don't like nitpicking channels and nitpicking videos, because it's like, yeah, shut up and enjoy the holistic experience. But if I see a texture that's smearing or something that I can't resist highlighting, I'll pick it out. Similarly, if you've got any questions, throw them into the chat, and I'll do my best to put a not too snobbish, devy spin or answer to them. So yeah, keep them coming. We're just coming up on 5 minutes into the stream. I'll wait till, I don't know, MD, what's the how long should I wait? How long should I do this small talk bullshit before people get tired and walk away? Am I not supposed to use curses on your channel? BS. Small talk is good, cursing less so. Joe, Truzzi. It's Truzzi in the original Italian. Prodeus should have some interesting graphic options. It absolutely does. It's got some quite retro gamey settings, cathode ray tube overlay, which I'm hoping is going to be nice and not too distracting. It's probably got some other things like chromatic aberration and grain and all that kind of modern nonsense, but because this seems to be a pixely retro experience, I'm thinking it's probably well suited, so I am looking forward to it. I have warmed to CRT and scanline overlay and retro games recently, and by recently I mean the last 15 years. A lot of the mini consoles have got overlay tech, and it's good. It's nice. Do many people in the chat actually? Do many of you get the mini consoles, the classic versions, the mini NES, mini SNES, mini Genesis, PlayStation, C64? Because I've got a few of them. Sadly, don't have the NES. I would love for MD and I to have that for the house, because it's an important console to an awful lot of people, MD especially. So yeah, but yeah, some of them are really good. Some of them less so. The PlayStation 1 or the PS1 Classic, it's the frame rate's fairly dubious, but you know, I think all of them, with one exception, all of them are emulated. Thank you, Anomaly. Welcome, Steve. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, there's a I forget the name of the company, but there's a Genesis and a SNES with, I think, 1080p HDMI out that uses hardware for cartridges. It's expensive, but man, it might be worth it just to get that on hardware graphics and audio. It's very, very tempting. And they've got traditional joypad inputs, so I get to use my well-worn 1993 6-button Genesis pad. Steve, I think my mic audio is nice because it's like right here. And it's on a solid table, and it's not on a boom arm, so I don't need anything like pop filter or shock mount or anything like that. So it's just a Yeti with a cheap diffuser on it. Seems to work okay. I'm not knocking MD's over elaborate setup that she's got for her streaming, but it takes hours to set up and get right. So I'm glad it seems to be working out for her. So yeah, 31 stalwart soldiers joining me this morning for my embarrassing first-person shooter shenanigans. Just for just a little bit of background, Anomaly 7777 is in the chat on Twitch. He's one of my colleagues from Improbable, and a fine gentleman and a great dev. So worship at the altar of Steve. Mark Dunphy, you don't. I'm a Scouser. Underneath all of the pretense. I just made a sub happen for MD. Outstanding. More Liverpool accent. Listen, if I'm playing Prodeus, I'll start in a couple of minutes. But if I get panicked or scared, the Scouse will reveal itself. So you can actually clear this up. Is it Anth or is it Faunth? Welcome everyone. There's a couple of new followers. on Twitch and on a new follower on Facebook. Amazing. A resubscription from Vegas for another 17 months. MD, you're welcome. Cool. So yeah, as I was saying, a little bit of background. I threatened to do a hijack of MD's channel earlier in the week, and wanted to maintain some momentum over the weekend. I know she does streams during the week, and I thought this would be a little bit of fun. First-person shooters don't make me motion sick. Hopefully, this one doesn't. I reckon it's going to be quite intense. But yeah, I just wanted to pitch in a little bit, or a couple of hours into into her channel over the weekend, and make sure that I'm doing my bit, you know. Hustle and motivate. That's a great name. Welcome. Good morning. Grasshopper walks into the bar. Bartender says, "Hey, we've got a drink named after you." The grasshopper says, "Wait, you've got a drink named Steve?" Bravo. Horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Why the long face?" It's old and it doesn't get spoken too often. It probably gets spoken really often. Still. A grizzly bear walks into the bar. Says nothing for 2 minutes. Bartender says, "Why the big pause?" He's not going to lose all the subs. A few seconds ago, Cybernetica has followed. See, Joe? Right, 13 minutes of this small talk nonsense. We probably better get into this. Has anybody in the chat on either of the streams, YouTube and Twitch, I'm watching you all, played this? Any advice for a newbie? Crickets. No one's played it. No one's got any advice. Yeah, I've been a fan of Gamer MD83 for a while too. Right, so this is, it looks like one of the most lovingly produced Doom homages. It looks awesome. Lots of pixel art. All right, screw it. Let's give this a shot. Okay, for those that have just joined, I'm playing this cold. This is the furthest I've got into the game. The war between dimensions is at a tipping point as Prodeus seeks the flesh and bone for perfect order. The forces of chaos ravage this mortal plane. The weak cannot escape their fate. Ain't that the truth? Oh, God. I wasn't prepared for this difficult a decision this early on a Saturday. You know, I work during the week. Very hard. Cybernetica, trust me on this. Ultra easy. Obvs. Do you know, this was the thing, like, there were requests when we were at BioWare making Dragon Age from certain fans. Press X to skip combat. Tell you what, Cybernetica, I absolutely respect your advice. I'm just going to play it on hard. If everything else is too easy, I'm just going to play it on hard. Wish me luck. I do have quite a clicky keyboard, so hopefully that doesn't annoy anybody too much. Is there much frame tearing or performance nonsense? Sweet, okay. That smoke is using a Bayer dither. That's fascinating. I do that. Mine looks nicer. Oh, that is gorgeous. Picture's good. Joe, what's frame rate like? Sweet. It's 59.94, so close enough. This is really, really nicely done. And it's ultra low poly, so it really, really whips along. Doesn't look it, but it is. It's so nice. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Do you know what? That's really nice. So, why I'm kind of circling around this, it's from what I can tell, it's a polygon that always faces you. It's a single quad, 2 triangles, and it has a material on it that identifies the position of the camera and the orientation of the triangle, or the orientation of the world rather, and it changes the displayed sprite so that it looks like it's an actual 3D model, and it's just frames. I say just frames of an animation, it's frames of an animation. So you can look right down on it. And from the side. Super clever. Super clever. All of the sprites are camera facing. Really, really good nearest neighbor filtering. Joe, I'm in love. In fact, I love it so much I've forgotten to look at the chat. Let's see. Yeah, Steve, corpses on cards. It's so nice. I think an awful lot of this is going to be really, really lovely and impressive. Lovely. This is where a shotgun gets thrown through the force field at me. Ah, that's a little bit hyperlight drifter. Ah, don't give me beasties before you've given me weaponry. Because I know you're gonna. Level design, book 1, page 1, line 1. Give him a yellow light to walk at. Oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, I missed it. What was quick punch? That's cool. Okay. Everything's on cards. That's crazy. So the music's come up a little bit. What's the audio like? Ah, damn it. Excellent. Iron sights in a fast-paced first-person shooter. Oh, you still run though, that's cool. It's too easy. Even the gun looks like it's on a sprite. That's so good. But it's taking lighting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Dead Cells, the roguelike side-scrolling platformer, they did a 3D to pixelated 2D rendering style so that it would take local lighting data. And this is doing the same thing, so that you can see the light playing over the barrel, over the slide of the gun. And it's dynamic. Oh, that's so clever. Very clever. I like. It looks like everything is. Even those ejected brass was being lit properly. Very good. I like. That's horrific, but I love it. Yeah, those models are being lit. That's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. What are we doing? 35 people. Welcome, everybody. Good morning to you. Looks like an imp. Can I shoot its arms off? I can shoot its arms off. Headshots don't mean too much. Ah, damn it to hell. Yeah, What's down? Check it down. I've stopped talking. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll get to a calm bit and then I'll have a look at the chat, see what you're all saying. It does remind me a little bit of last night's Mando. Very good. And what a great episode it was. 36 people. You brave souls listening to me whitter on on a Saturday morning. Outstanding. Are you gonna give me a shotgun? Come on now. Incendiary secondary fire. Thank you very much. Someone had a photo of me on their desk when they were developing this. Ugh. So good. Yes, please. More of this. More of this. Right, this seems quiet. What are you saying? We have arrived, call the ESRB, ain't that the truth? Hold the secondary down to charge it to 3 bars. Oh, bravo. Sweet. Good tip. 31 people. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, it's cool to see a new first-person shooter in the old-school style where weaponry is key. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, but this twist, like I say... See that pixelated style? I don't know how clear the game is on the stream for people, but I know for sure Steve will recognise this. Steve Anderson. Check him on Twitter. Steve, post your handle. He's a lovely guy and an outstanding colleague, and I know he'll get this. But that pixel art style on the weaponry and on all of the dynamic stuff, characters and enemies and things, it looks as though it's being translated in real time from a model into a sprite, because it's reacting to all of the lighting. Just bush as luck. Whoops. Whoops. I got burned it. See, I bet the school of thought shotguns in games are a melee weapon. At least shotguns in first-person shooters are melee weapons. Damn Skippy. What are you and why can't I pick you up? Isn't that just ammo? Oh. Lovely. Lovely. That was not fair. He was winding up before I'd even opened the door. Can I kick that barrel into the way and then... Ooh, that's a little bit janky. You see, that's where it's fallen over. Ooh. Great system, and if that's the trade-off, do you know what? That's worth it, because it's super clever. And do you know, a little bit of visual jank like that, it's reminiscent of Doom. It's reminiscent of 90s first-person shooters. Stuff like Doom, Rise of the Triad, Marathon. For the old men and ladies in the chat, they'll know those games, and they will think, ah, God, it's been a while since I've heard those. Come on. I'm rather enjoying this. It's like dual-wielded sawn-off M16s. Oh, God. Yeah, it's just so nice. So good. Okay, 31 people. Welcome. If you're new and I haven't acknowledged you yet, I am sorry. I am in love. That's so good. So, primary fire is the left, alt fire is the right. Oh God, I love it to bits. Who needs tutorials, honestly? The joy of learning is too good. Rune Energy Conduit, there's some Star Trek technobabble right there. Oh, there you go. Can you actually blow these up? It looks like you should be able to. Yes. No More 3. Nice to see you two. Welcome. 35 people, you brave souls, listening to me bore you all with my critique of this game as I'm playing it. It's been entirely positive. It's not a critique, it's a loving. Damn you. What did that do? Ah, that's awesome. Oh god. The blood on the weapon is hilarious. Let's see what happens to it. Does it sustain or does it fade? It fades. Do you know? Pretty. Morning X, this game does look cool and it plays better than it looks. I love it to bits. It's making me think if everything is not a rendered to texture. If behind the scenes it's just a gloriously high-res experience and it's all being translated into a nearest neighbor. Because there's Bayer aliasing on all the pixels. It's just, I am loving this. Loving it. I'm also Lost, which is a great trademark of an early 90s first-person shooter. There we go. Oh shit, shit, shit. Drat. Continue. Awesome, Lost again. Is map on tab? It's not. Breaking convention. So Joe's just tipped me off. You should check the graphics options. They said you can make it look 3D if you want. Virtual resolution native. No. Cathode ray, scanline, pixel. That was nice. Oh, field of view. 95. I thought I saw a shadow. I did see a shadow. It's not like I would ever invade on her stream. The cleaning lady has just come in. She was very familiar. Oh, crumbs, okay. I'm gonna stop noodling because this is nowhere near as interesting as actually playing the game. Oh, I'm gonna put my cathode ray tube effect back on because it suits it. Scanline, let's try that. A bit stronger. Did that catch? Satisfying. Satisfying. Like a rocket launcher about this time. Dude, it's so nice. What have we here? Shield, armor. The red key. Ah, shoot. .46. Fortunately, it doesn't say accuracy. Let's have a little bit of a break. What are you talking about? I'd love to know how this reads on a young player who didn't grow up on Quake Wolf 3D. Is the reason we love it because of how much those games meant? Steve, just catching up on that comment. Yeah, I think a huge amount is playing into it, playing into what I'm thinking of it so far. huge amount. I'm just going to try and turn down the system sounds so that I can hear myself. Outstanding. So yeah, I think, do we love this? Do I love this because I love the other ones? Likely. I love the style of gameplay. I love what it's trying to do. I love what it's succeeding in doing. I think in a Cybernetica, you're enjoying this more than Doom Eternal. I am loving Doom Eternal. Boomer shooters. Oh god, really? See, that's disappointing. They're so good. They're so good. But this is brilliant. I mean, chip in with your favorite first-person shooters over the last 25-30 years, people in the chats, because honestly, this is an absolute celebration and love letter to those games. With a little bit of really, I think, innovative tech. When you've got this kind of marketplace, and this was a Kickstarted project, right? Embarrassingly, I didn't see the developer's name, so I can't pimp them. If someone could shout in the chat what the developer was for this, I'm going to be saying their name every time I score a kill in this, I think, because they've done beautiful work. But like I say, there's a little sniff of Dead Cells about it in terms of the rendering technique. Yeah, just love to know the team size because it's super clever. Super clever. Bounding Box. MD and I were talking about that name last night. Yeah, cool. Bounding Box. Brilliant name too. Brilliant name. I loved Duke Nukem 3D. Adored Duke Nukem 3D. Shake it, baby. Ion Fury. I will look it up, I am not familiar. If you haven't seen the, what was his name? Was it Johnson? John? The voice of Duke 3D? There's some brilliant, hilarious outtakes on YouTube of him doing the VO. So fun. Wolf 3D, Quake 2, Action Quake 2, RTCW? Steve, you're going to have to help me there. RTCW. I'm not familiar with the letters in that order. Return to... Oh, right, okay. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Quite right. I mean, we're going back, what? That's late 90s? That was the Quake 3 engine, if I remember right. Or are you talking about the really new one? New ones? Doom, Quake 2, Half-Life, all amazing. Quake 2, Capture the Flag, Team Fortress. Yeah, I mean, Quake 1 was a big one for me. Probably most directly responsible for getting me into game dev. Got a copy of Worldcraft with Quake 1. With Aftershock for Quake 1, actually. The add-on CD. And I made my house. Because, you know, what's more healthy than building your own house layout to shoot people in? Quake 2 Capture the Flag. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I loved those games. The original Unreal was huge for me. But even that was a little bit more advanced than what this is actually kind of evoking. Because, you know, this has got Doom 2, Ultimate Doom written all over it. It's just so clever. So clever. Bolt Action Jackson, which is the best name I've seen this morning. Yeah, over 25 is a boomer. Not only on Twitch, on Twitter, on any social media that children have access to. Yeah. The composer for this game did the music for Duke Nukem 3D. get out of town, really? Ah, no, interesting. Cybernetica. System Shock 2. I wouldn't classify System Shock 2 as a first-person shooter. I'd put that very much down in one of the very first... So, funny story. Someone recommended System Shock 2 to me right after I played Half-Life 1. And this is getting on 20 years ago. And I was so disappointed that you couldn't jump as quickly, run as quickly, shoot as quickly. And then, of course, you've got to upgrade all of that stuff with, was it psi powers? And you pick, was it, there were 3 classes at the beginning that you could pick: Marine, Engineer, and something else. But it was first-person RPG, I felt. And I loved that. I loved System Shock 2. Chilling soundtrack. Right on the edge of drum and bass and jungle, but eerie as hell. But those others just... Doom, Duke Nukem 3D, Unreal, Quake, Quake 1, Quake 2. Utter classics. Utter classics. Right, this is good. This is good fun. I'm hoping that it's good fun for you, listening to me rattle on about stuff that nobody cares about, and watch me play a game that looks 30 years old but plays like it was developed by angels. Right, let's get on with the getting on. Loadout? Good gracious. Does this mean that we can... Hey, that's the Anthem logo. Oops. Cool. That's the Portal logo. Overworld. Nice. Okay. Got it. Got it. Let's do this. Scientists built a special chamber to amplify the energy emanating from the runes. So now you know. Research. Everybody's favourite pastime. Right, let's do some researching. With an incendiary shotgun. You cheeky little hobbits. Oh. You can imagine MD making dog language sounds for these delightful would-be pets. Joe, it does have a melee weapon, and it's the weapon I'm using. Whoa. It's 2-story tall cow bull dog cross that looks like Zool. And that's Zool with 2 U's, not 2 O's. For those in the chat that know the difference. Yeah, still loving this. Still loving it. This looks worryingly like an arena. Something's going to kill me. Oh, gracious. Zendercamp. Cooking at the side of a house. Big house. Hold Q to change weapons. Oh, bravo. Okay. Oh, that's a bit nasty. Prefer the mouse wheel, thanks, gents. And ladies. Stats. Do you know, I'm probably sure... God damn you. I'm probably sure, Steve, that the stats would be mind-bending. I think it's... there's just no triangles at work, right? So there's... I mean... You know, when you and I at work complain about terrain resolution and, you know, all of the niceties to do with a game that needs to fly, this has got as many... I don't know. This has probably got the geometry and lighting information of in a level that Doom Eternal has on one of the hands that hold the weaponry. But I imagine a lot of the cost is if it works how I think it's working, and it probably isn't. Because let's face it, I am very much a passenger on this journey. I imagine it to be shader cost. There's a little bit of weirdness occasionally. The sync of the animations, which are lovely by the way, they're like, I think purposefully sub 24 frames. They just fight a little bit with something, and the pixels blur. But, my gracious, it's really, really well done. Those magazines are too small. I want my shotgun back. Oh, that's a little bit of a... nitpick. Hashtag nitpick. Right, I'm going to get the gun covered in blood. And I have the shotgun presented. And I'll change to something else. And it is covered in blood too. Bit of a conceit. Maybe he has them on chest pockets. They get showered with stuff, but minor. 0.1% off. Yellow key required. How dare you? That's a bit nasty. So, tangent. MD and I have been playing the Room series, puzzle games, and you know, for those that have played it, they're probably familiar. But there's gorgeous hologram effect on some of the surfaces in that game that you can only see with the spyglass or the eyeglass. But it's just like the holograms that you used to get from museums when you were a kid in the 80s. You know, you'd get a hologram of a train or something, or a hammer, I don't know, anything, something museum-y, because Trains and Hammers are museum-y. But it is that kind of classic red and green hologram that we used to have as kids. Beautiful shader, beautiful treatment. And that just evoked the same reaction. This very chromatic aberration-y, which I usually don't really care for, but this game uses it really nicely so far. Yeah, for sale on Steam, and they were what, $2 each. Wonderful experiences, nice little brain teasers. Oops, shit. Tidy. So, yep, Steve, we can extrapolate from this that they're expensive enough that they need to be ditched. Yeah, we can't have too many corpses littering the frame, so yeah, let's fade them out after 5 or 6 seconds. With the Wesley Snipes Blade Dissolve effect. And there's always room for that kind of effect. Oh, crap, okay. What? How dare you? Quiet. Insolence. I need a dash of health. Where's my Doom Stim Pack when I need it? Didn't do anything? Ah, reflection occlusion. The plague of every decent engine. I.e., there is none. So that reflection. From no light. Thanks for the tip. Very good. Yep, loving it, loving it. I need some health. I need some health really badly. Very badly. Damn it. $100 health, 37 armor. I remember how to do this bit. Okay. Too good. Too good. Whoops. So good. So good. Oh, it's good. Speech marks. Too much blood. IGN. 10 out of 10. Do you know, I'd love to see the Metacritic on this. Because I'm adoring this. And it's probably got something like 46 or something. All the hipster game reviewers that forgot what fun is. It's like, it doesn't speak very well to the modern audience or what we're trying to steer games away from. I know this is MD's stream, but I'm going to start cursing in a minute if I start thinking about that kind of thing. Do you know what? Give me game mechanics to get good with and an environment to run around and... give you money. Ah, shit it. Shit it. Would be good if there was a forced reload for this. Oh, I've got rocket ammo. Nothing to fire it with. Gracious. Hard to reload? Oh, good. Excellent. Oh, that's a great tip. Well done. Thank you. See, I'd rather have reload on middle mouse. Yes, that's already on cue. Sorry everybody, you can watch me configure this. Mouse wheel doesn't work in the UI. 0.1%. Reload. Thank you.